Welcome, everybody. We got 7 breaks tonight. They're all baseball breaks. We're going to start off with our 25 Topps Finest Baseball Hobby PYT 693. Then we have 22 Topps Chrome Sonic and Sapphire, 2 Hobby Box Break PYT 696. 25 Topps Chrome Logo Fractor, that's a 2 box break PYT 695. 25 Prism Baseball and Panini 3 and 2 Baseball Hobby, that's a 2 box break PYT 702. 25 Prism Baseball Hobby PYT 691. 25 Bowman Chrome Baseball Hobby PYT 694. And then we end the night with our 25 Donruss Baseball Hobby PYT 690. We do have some spots remaining tonight. Of course, that link is pinned in the chat. There is a code to get your 10% off. Grab those final teams. Let's get all these filled. We're going to start off with our Topps Finest. This one is full. Let me get the list pulled up here for you guys. And here is our list. Get your guesses in for the player on the last auto. We should have 2 autos per box on average. Names are on the left. Your teams are on the right. Good luck to everybody in this one. All right, again, 2 Chrome autos per box, 6 packs, 10 cards per pack. Up next after this one is our Sonic and Sapphire mixer. There's 6 packs. There's our empty box. Good luck to everyone in this one. Dale Almondor, Richard Fitz, Jackson Holiday, Caminero. We got Trout. And we got our first auto. That is Jordan Westburg. Going to the Orioles. We have Jazz Chisholm out of 300 going to the Yankees. Jackson Churio, Cam Smith, Gunnar Henderson. Brent Rooker, Jace Jung, Jose Ramirez, Jose Altuve, Nico Horner, Wyatt Langford out of 150, Byron Buxton, Brooks Lee, Randy Rosarena, Luis Angel Acuna, Edgar Quero, Brooks Lee, Rafael Devers, Francisco Lindor, Trey Turner, Luis Robert out of 99, out of 250, Sonny Gray, Rafael Devers, Pete Crow Armstrong, Fernando Tatis. 3 packs left. We should have 1 auto left as well. If you guys want to guess the player on that last auto, you do not have to be in the break to guess. There's Ketel Marte, Malloy, Yelich, McCutcheon, Will Wagner rookie, Bryce Harper, Paul Skeens, Spencer Schwellenbach, Lindor again, Ellie De La Cruz, Kevin Alcantara, Jackson Joe, Jaron Duran, Matt Shaw, the bullish Matt Shaw. We got Tariq Skubal, Caden Dana out of 150 for the Angels. Andrew McCutcheon, Martinez, and Reese Hines. Jackson Merrill, Freddie Freeman, Christian Walker, Matt McLean, Luis Castillo. Oh, that's a nice one. Chipper Jones for the Braves on the Moments Auto. Nice auto right there for the Braves spot. Chipper Jones. He will be the guest of the break. The last few cards in the back, we got Schwellenbach, Minus Timelines, Ryan Bliss, Colton Cowser to end it. Let's top load recap, then we'll move on to our Sonic Sapphire mixer. Get your spots in the rest of the breaks tonight. There are spots remaining. Use that link in the chat. We got 6 more breaks tonight. Do our recap, then we'll move on to PYT 696, which is coming up next. 300 Randy or Jazz Chisholm. We got Langford out of 150. Out of 99, Luis Robert. Sonny Gray out of 250. The Polish insert there. Matt Shaw. Out of 150, Caden Dana. Jordan Westberg and Chipper Jones. Those are final auto guess of the break. That is going to do it for Topps Finest. Nice box there. All right, let's update the title. I'm going to go to our Sonic and Sapphire. You guys need to get your guesses in for the player on the last number to parallel on this one. Autos are possible, not guaranteed in this, but we will have several numbered parallels. Those guesses in. This one is full. There's our list. Your name's on the left, your team's on the right. Get your guesses in for the player on the last numbered parallel. We'll be right back with PYT 696 in just a moment. All right, here we go with PYT 696. We got our Sapphire Edition and our Topps Chrome. We'll save the Sapphire till the end. You guys will guess the player. Last numbered parallel on this one. Going for 20 in credit. Pack number 1. Up next after this one is our Topps Chrome logo fractor. It's a 2-box break. A lot of 2-box breaks tonight. There's Mitch Haniger, Matt Manning, Zach Greinke, and Jordan Alvarez. Joey Votto, Chas McCormick, Wander Franco, Tim Anderson. There's Alec Bohm, Fremel Reyes, Joe Musgrove, Matt Olson. Marquez, Posey, Greinke, and Verdugo. Should have 4 Ray Waves, black and white Ray Waves in here. There's Juan Soto, Joe Adell, Max Muncy, Gavin Sheets. Kevin Gossman, Lance Lynn, Bryce Harper, Lars Nootbaar, Wilson Contreras. Ernie Clement, Tatis, Calhoun, Winker. Correa, Lester, Reese Hoskins. That one's going to be numbered out of 199. Ozzy Albies. Okay, guys, you're getting the guesses in for the player on the last numbered parallel for 20 credit. Logo Fractors coming up next. Jackson Kowar. Last now, Moncada, Kepler. Matt Verling. Marquez. Oops. And we got CJ Abrams. There's Drew Ellis. This one's going to be numbered. Expose out of 99. 58 out of 99. Nice hit. Rookie CJ Abrams there. Zach Pop. Chris Bryant. Joey Votto. Max Kranick. We still got our Sapphire packs left in this one. Edward Cabrera. Jackson Reitz. Bogarts. Grisham. And Chris Sale. Clase. Contreras. Hunter Green. Casey Mize. Miguel Cabrera, Sammy Long, Bregman, Pelnick. Corey Seager, Joe Musgrove, Dylan McGill, Garrett Cole, Luis Gill, rookie Ray Wade, Sonic Pack, Ryu, Wisdom, LeMahieu, Rillamuto, and Aaron Judge. Nice one to end it. Or to end that box, anyway. Still got our Sapphire left. Couple of these and we'll do Sapphire. Okay, guys, we do have some spots left in tonight's breaks. If you want 10% off of them, use that code next to the link pinned in the chat there. Copy and paste that code. Click on that link. Grab your teams. Paste that code at checkout to get your 10% off those remaining teams you purchase. Here's our Sapphire, Arrieta, Madrigal, Chad Pender, Charlie Blackman, Connor Falafel, Postseason Passion, the Braves, going there, Chris Owens, Tyler Gilbert, De La Cruz, Farmer. Robbie Ray, Cleveland Guardians. Jeff Hoffman, Kevin Kramer, Polanco, O'Neill Cruz rookie. And up next is Logo Fractor PYT 695. Ian Happ. There's our first numbered parallel there. Out of 50, Freddie Peralta. Iglesias. John Means. 3 packs left. Yandy Diaz. Austin Hedges. Lam Diego. Cole Calhoun. Del Marte. Keegan Aiken. Steven Matz. Corey Kluber. Final pack of the break. Oh, we only have the one numbered parallel there. Devers. TJ Friedel. Kevin Alwucky. And Jackson Kowar. Peralta was our final numbered parallel of the break. Let's do our recap, and we'll move on to Logo Fractor. Peralta, again, that was out of 50. Wilson Contreras, Reese Hoskins out of 199. TJ Abrams, Jose out of 99. For sale, Luis Gill and Aaron Judge on the Ray Waves. All right, that's going to do it for break number 2. And our Logo Fractor's coming up next. Again, you guys can guess the player on the last numbered parallel in that one. We should have 3 or 4 numbered parallels in there typically. Grab your spots in the upcoming breaks. We do have some spots available. And getting next Tuesday's break night situated as well. There are some spots. Future break schedule link. All right. Here's our Logo Fractor list. Get your guesses in for the player on the last numbered parallel in here. Your names are on the left, your teams are on the right. This is 25 Logo Fractor 2-box break PYT 695. We're going to get started in just a moment. All right, here we go with our Logo Fractor. We got our 2 Logo Fractor boxes. We'll have our base chrome packs, and then we'll have 2 Logo Fractor packs per box. Those Logo Fractor packs will have our numbered parallels. You guys are guessing the players on the last of those numbered parallels. Good luck to everybody in this one. Packs. All right, there's our 4 Logo Fractor packs. It goes to the end. We've got our base chrome packs. We'll have base vets and rookies. Mike Talkman, Fernando Tatis, Connor Gillespie, Zach Neto, Al Tucker, Dashawn Kersey, Brandon Lowe, Cade Povich. Up next after this one is our Prism and 3 and 2 mixer. With Prism Hobby with 3 and 2. There's Mike Trout, Zach Gallen, Michael Walker, Alcantara. Tyler Stevenson, Emmanuel Clase, Dylan Cease, Grant Holmes, rookie. Crochet, Brent Rooker, Chase Young, Bryce Turan. Yu Darvish, Gilbert Diaz, Yoho Lee, Jake Bloss. George Curry, Nestor Cortez, Matt Shaw, Corbin Burns. J.P. Crawford, Josh Young, Luis Arise, Richard Fitz. Jacob deGrom, Carlos Navarez, Julio Rodriguez, Valentino Velozo, C.J. Abrams, Pete Fairbanks, Teodosio, Josh Hader, and now our logo fractor pack. We got Mike Talkman again, Tyler Stevenson, Gary Carpenter, Adley Rushman out of 199. Going to the Orioles spot, Chris Sale. We got Emmanuel Clase, Jeremy Pena, Mookie Betts on the 35th. Noel out of 250. Will Warren rookie. The last 2 packs coming up. Then we'll move on to our Prism and 3 and 2 mixer. That is Shohei Ohtani, Reese Hoskins, Jackson Churriel, and we got a red parallel 3 out of 5. Ke'Bryan Hayes. Nice hit there for the Pirate spot. And another Will Warren rookie. Last pack of this break. Shane Bieber, Ryan McMahon. Hey, we got an auto out of 150. Preston Waldrop, rookie auto blue. For the Braves spot. Nice hit for the Braves. Very nice couple boxes of logo fractal. We still got one more numbered parallel, and that is going to be Grant McCray out of 199 on the Giants. Then we got Paul Skeens on the Rookie Cup. Let's top load a recap, and then we'll move on. Brad will do the last remaining spots, guys. I think we had 9 spots left when we went live. 9 spots remaining. There's that link in the chat you can use to grab those last 9 spots. There is a code to get 10% off as well. Let's do a recap here. Out of 199, we had Adley Rushman. Out of 250, we had Noel. 3 out of 5, Ke'Bryan Hayes. That's it for the Pirates. Out of 199, Grant McCray, rookie. And Hurston Waldrop out of 250. 22 out of 250 on the rookie auto blue. All right, that does it for this one. All right, let's update our title here. 25 Panini Prism, 25 Panini 3 and 2 mixer. 1 box of each. PYT 702 is coming up next. Here's our list. Get your guesses in for the player on the last auto for 20 in credit, guys. If you guess correctly, you get 20 in credit. Good luck to everybody in this one. PYT 702 in just a moment. All right, guys, here we go with our mixer of Prism in 3 and 2. Get your guesses in for the player on the last auto. We're going to have 12 cards per pack, 12 packs per box, 3 autos in here. Our 3 and 2, we're going to have 1 slabbed autograph and 1 slab memorabilia card per box on average. Put the guesses in again for the player on the last auto. Do the 3 and 2 last. Yeah, we'll save it that way. Box. Good luck to everybody in this one. Pack number 1. Up next after this one's our just our plain Prism Hobby Box PYT 691. There's Nelson Cruz, Bronson Arroyo, Brock Porter, Greg Yoho rookie, Edwin Encarnacion Walcott, Griffo Farrell. That's going to be out of 149. Joseph Redfield auto for Los Angeles. It's not numbered. One of Christian Campbell, Nick Kurtz, Alex Rodriguez, Roberto Clemente. Spencer Agaretti, Wilson Williams, Montez, Koa Roby, Yadier Molina, Dick Allen, Kendall George on the blue out of 199. Red Wave, Jim Rice, Jacob Wilson on the red out of 199. Seaver King, Bob Gibson, Hurston Walder. We got 3 more breaks left tonight. We have some spots available. Use that link in the chat. There's Josuar Gonzalez, Bezarowski, Winsberg, Will Wagner, Gary Sheffield, Sagasi, Edgar Cuero. That is out of 499. Silver Josh Gibson, Jacob Wilson, Vance Honeycutt, Josu DePaula, Deion Sanders. Brian Sloan, Larry Walker, Dylan Cruz, Pink Hintz, Jason Wynn, Junior Caminero, Ethan Holiday out of 49, Augustin Ramirez, Cam Caminetti, Alejandro Rosario, Austin Wells, and we have J. Dixon Paez, Braylon Payne, Arwan Nimala, Trey Morgan, Tony La Russa, Rod Carew, Matt Shaw, Billy Amick. That is out of 499. We got a Mojo Jackson Churio. That's out of 25. Ethan Salas, James Tibbs, Keyshaw, Luis Baez. Right. Chase Burns, Luke Dickerson, Ryan Clifford, Hideki Matsui, Dontrell Rulis. And we got a Johnny Bench auto. Legendary Johnny Bench auto right there. Big hit for the red spot. Nice team color match and everything there. Out of 99, 98 out of 99, Johnny Bench. For the Reds. Jonah Tong out of 299. The Red Waves that require those are not numbered. They will get top loaded. Leo DeVries, Tony Perez, Braden Taylor, Andy Van Slyke. Top load what we have so far here. Still have time to get your guesses in for the player on the last auto in the breaks for 20 in credit. And if you haven't already checked out the remaining spots, use that link pinned in the chat to do so. We will be breaking again on Tuesday. We do have break schedule partially put together for that. I'll have that done this weekend. Sunday or Monday, really. We'll get to finalize that schedule and then we'll put together next Thursday's schedule as well. All right. Next pack. Still got our 3 and 2 box as well. There's Griff O'Farrell, Cliff Lee, Starlin Cobb, Johnny Mize, Brady House, Homer Bush, Christian Moore on the red out of 299. Vance Honeycutt, Dingers Marcelo Meyer, Roman Anthony, Jake Peavy, Braxton Ashcroft. Jeff Bagwell, Bobby Miller, Barry Larkin, Elston Howard, Tommy White, Enrique Bradfield, Tony La Russa, will be out of 149. Carter Johnson, Dylan Cruz, Bryce Rainier, Cole Young, Chase Davis. Robin Yount, Chris Speaker, Thomas White, Vaughn Rodriguez, Josh Gibson, Grover Alexander, Brady House out of 499. Greg Maddox on the red wave, Dingers Vance Honeycutt, Brett Loader, rookie Colin Hawk, Dylan Greeling. Jordan Lawler, Prince Fielder, Johnny Bench, Bobby Witt, Juan Gonzalez, Aiden Miller, Jordani Monegro out of 299, Berto Clemente, Cam Smith, Chase Young, Nolan Rhyme, Buster Posey. Jace LaViolet, Ozzie Smith, Ron Dysdale, Jim Rice, Billy Martin, Zevy Matthews, Braxton Ashcroft out of 75, and Angelo Sagente, one of the Mariners. We should have one more auto, so he will not be the guest of the break. We have 3 and 2 auto coming up. Chase Burns, Gente, Cunha, and Brooks Lee. Last pack of Prism. Again, up next is another Prism break. PYT 691. Rakona, Hasiala Kim, Asana, Piazza, Tony Oliva, Paul O'Neill, Kyle Teal out of 499. Grover Alexander, Silver, Seaver King, Kirstead, Pettit, and Dalton Rushing. All right, let's top load. And then we'll do the 3 and 2. And if we got any remaining spots tonight, you will find those with the link pinned in the chat. Grab those last teams. Let's get these breaks filled. All right, we got our 3 and 2. Let's start off with the relic. Full count swatches. That's George Lombard Jr. out of 49. 11 out of 49 on that one. We have jersey pinstripes there. Nice hit for the Yankee spot. And our auto. Oh, we got our pack too. I forgot about our pack. Oh, we'll do our pack last, I guess. Cooper Pratt, Pristine Prospects. That is going to Milwaukee out of 32. 3 out of 32 on that one. Cooper Pratt for Milwaukee. And we got our 3 and 2 pack. We have Evan Carter, 3 out of 10. One of the Rangers. Junior Caminero, 19 out of 32. And Sebastian Walcott out of 49, 32 out of 49. Looks like that was an auto card right there. Looks like one. All right, let's top load and recap. And then we're going to move on to our regular Prism break. A nice little break of mixer right there, 3 and 2 and Prism. Let's do a recap here, and then again, got our empty box of 3 and 2. Sorry. We got Christian Moore out of 299. Roos out of 149. Brady House out of 499. Monegro out of 299. Ashcroft out of 75. Al Teal out of 499. Ripple Farrell out of 149. Kendall George out of 199. Jacob Wilson out of 199. Cuero out of 499. Ethan Holiday out of 49. Billy Amick out of 499. Churio out of 25. Jonathan out of 299. 3 out of 10. Evan Carter. Junior Caminero out of 32. Out of 49, we had Sebastian Walcott, Texas. We have the Cooper Pratt auto pristine prospects out of 32 for the Brewers. We had our Lombard full count swatches. And we had our sensational Joseph Redfield sensational signatures. Johnny Bench auto, that was out of 99. And we had a Durangelo Singenti sensational signatures for the Mariners. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this mixer here. We got several more breaks left. We got our Prism Hobby, Bowman Chrome Baseball, and Don Russ Baseball Hobby coming up. Prism Baseball is up next. We have 2 spots available and went live. Let's see if those are filled yet. If not, grab those spots. Again, there is a link in the chat. You guys want to grab any of those remaining spots that are possible. And we are full on this one. You guys for filling this. And update the spots here. Again, guys, you can get your guesses in for the player on the last auto in this one for 20 in credit. All right, here's our list for PYT 691. This is 25 Prism Baseball. We'll get started on this one in just a moment. All right, here we go with our next Prism break. Full pack, full cards for 3 autos per box. Good luck to everybody in this one. Bowman Chrome Baseball PYT 694 is coming up next. Bowman Chrome coming up next. And then we end the night with our Don Russ Baseball. There's Eddie Collins, Cooper Pratt, Blake Mitchell, Juan Gonzalez, Hayden Miller, Greg Yoho, Ante Nori out of 499, Chase Meridoff. Sensational signatures for the White Sox. Fazana, Gonzalez, Harry Ford, Juan Valero. Trey Savage, Shin Scott, Mike Schmidt, Carter Jensen, Brett Saberhagen, Tommy White, Paul Skeens. That's going to be out of 499. Walker Janik on the Red Wave. Red Waves are not numbered. Theo DeVries on the Dingers out of 199. Nolan Ryan, Buster Posey, Nick Kurtz. Alex Freeland. Tom Seaver. Jacob Wilson. Edwin Encarnacion's. Walcott, Will Wagner. Albert Pujols on the red out of 299. Hideki Matsui on the silver. Jesus Mate. Charlin Susana. Loma Vita. And Carter Holton. Austin Bateman. Cole Emerson. Jesus Mate. TKO Roby. Yadier Molina. August Sawara. Kalen Culpepper out of 499. King Griffey Jr. silver. Tommy White. Jonah Tong. Matt Wieters. Middle George. Nick Yorkie. Carmelo. Waldschmidt. Joe Torre. Adam Jones. Churio. Darren Baker on the red out of 299. Dontrell Willis. Dylan Cruz. Colin Hawk. Dylan Rayling. Chase Young. In Bowman Chrome, PYT 694 coming up next. With those guesses in for the player on the last auto in this one. Carter Johnson, James Wood, Kellen Lindsey, Don Mattingly, Sammy Sosa, Jake Arrieta, Ty Cobb out of 499. Josh Knopf for the Brewers. Other sensational signatures. Christian Moore, Theo DeRocha, Robin Ventura, Rhett Loader. Top logo we have here. And we'll continue on. We have two more breaks. Bowman Chrome up next. Don Russ Baseball Hobby at the end of the night. All right. Again, we will be live again on Tuesday, the 11th. It's Kevin Alcantara, Joe Jackson, Paul Konerko, Gary Sheffield, Sagase, Enrique Bradfield, sensational signatures. One is out of 199. Randy Johnson on the purple out of 149. And Kinsler Red Wave, Dingers Vladimir Guerrero, Michael Young, Reggie Jackson, Ben Hess. Bryce Eldridge, Chandler Simpson, Lauter, Cal Ripken, Joe DiMaggio, Ty Cobb, Colin Hawk out of 199. Johnson Arroyo, Hayden Miller, King Griffey, we have Miles Naylor, Saki. Ethan Anderson, Pee Wee Reese, Augustin Ramirez, Marcion Coe, Monty Irving, Andrew Painter, Enrique Bradfield out of 99, Miles Naylor on the silver, La Violet, Zach Lean, Bryce Matthews, Benito Santiago. Alex Gordon, Ken Griffey Jr., Jared Thomas, Enrique Bradfield, Roy Campanella, Hideki Matsui, Homer Bush on the blue out of 199, Jared Thomas, Cam Smith, David Shields, Alex Rodriguez, Roberto Clemente. Got our last two packs coming up. Connor Norby, Franklin Arias, Levi Wells, Dontrell Willis, Elston Howard, Mike Piazza, Brady Abel. Ooh, we got a 14 out of 75. And a Brady Abel 1 of 1. Follow that one. What a gold vinyl 1 of 1. Brady Ebel or Ebel. See it right there. Ellen Lindsay, Vance Honeycutt, Josu DePaula, Deion Sanders. Our final pack of this break. Aaron Judge, John Smoltz, Whitey Ford, Tony Oliva, Paul O'Neill, Billy Martin, Braylon Payne out of 499, Sasaki on the silver, James Triantos, Seaver King, Bob Gibson, Christian Walder. Let's top load and recap. Our first 1 of 1 in quite some time. Nice to hit that. We got Bowman Chrome coming up next. Do a recap. We'll move on to Bowman Chrome. Then we got Don Russ Baseball after that. All right, here we go. A recap. Randy Johnson out of 149. Hawk out of 199. Enrique Bradfield out of 99. Homer Bush out of 199. Brady Abel out of 75. Braylon Payne out of 499. Dante Nori out of 499. Paul Skeens out of 499. Leo DeVries. Dingers out of 199. Albert Pujols out of 299. Kalen Culpepper out of 499. Aaron Baker out of 299. Ty Cobb out of 499. Chase Meredith. Josh Noth. Enrique Bradfield was the guest of the break. That was out of 199. And then we hit the Brady Abel 1 of 1 gold vinyl. And that will do it for this one. Nice box of Prism. Move on to our Bowman Chrome. Title up for this one. This one is full. We had some Don Russ spots left. I don't know if those are filled yet. That'll be the last break of the night is our Don Russ. check. Bear with me just a second. Get your guesses in for the player on the last auto in this one. Got 5 left in Donruss. Grab those last spots in Donruss. Link is pinned in the chat. All right, here is our Bowman Chrome. Your guesses in for the player on the last auto for 20 credit on that one. We'll be right back with PYT 694 in just a moment. All right, here we go with our Bowman Chrome PYT 6-9. 6 packs, 10 cards per pack, 2 autos per box on average. Those guesses in for the player on the last auto. Pack number 1. Junior Caminero. Spencer Schwellenbach. Matt Shaw on the red rookie. Aiden Johnson on the silver shimmer. Che Chang out of 150. James Wood. Harold Rivas. John Macares. Andy Martinez. Kevin Alvarez. We got Drake Baldwin, Kumar Rocker, Nick Kurtz, Telion Serrano, Vinny Diamond, Edward Cuero out of 399, Mookie Betts, Ramsel Medina, Kenny Puella, Kenny Lone, Rodriguez, Diego Torres, Christian Yelich, Shohei Ohtani, Chase Dollander out of 499, Johan De Los Santos on the first Bowman auto. Valilo out of 150. James Wood that came to the league. Andrew Salas, Zach Cole, Johnny Saravino, Will Taylor. 3 packs left. Donruss Baseball's up next. Grab those last 5 spots in there. Alex Bregman, Tariq Skubal, Max Muncy, Dylan Cruz, Christian Arguelles out of 25 on the orange shimmer. First Bowman auto for the Rockies. It's hit for the Rocky spot. 11 out of 25. Theo DeVries, Elian Pena, Cam Schittler, Cal Fontaine, Jordan Sanchez, Zach Veen, Asian Kim, Drake Baldwin on the red rookie, James Wood, Ty Roberts out of 250, Samuel Basallo, Devin Fitzgerald, Arwan Numala, JJ Weatherholt, Heinz Brito. Our final pack of this break, Ezekiel Tovar, Del Marte, Jazz Chisholm, Trace Sweeney, Walker Jenkins, Nick Kurtz, Luis Pena, Charlie Condon, Christian Arguelles, and Yario Padilla. Let's top load, recap, and move on to Don Russ Baseball. Nice box of Bowman Chrome. All right, one more to top load, then we'll recap. We got Don Russ Baseball coming up next. And that one we had several spots available. PYT 690 coming up next. There's Matt Shaw, the red Raptor rookie. Aiden Johnson on the silver shimmer. Che Chang out of 150. Serrano on the first Bowman. Edgar Cuero out of 399. Chase Dolander out of 499. Out of 150. Gabriel Davalillo. Drake Baldwin, red rookie. Out of 250. Kai Roberts. Trace Sweeney. Johan De Los Santos. And Christian Arguelles out of 25. 11 out of 25. The orange first Bowman Shimmer Auto. That'll do it for the Bowman Chrome. Don Russ Baseball coming up next. Let's get that list updated. We'll get the title pulled up here. Good luck to everybody in PYT 690. And you guys can get your guesses in for the player on the last auto in this one. You do not have to be in the break to get these guesses in. If you're watching live and wanted to get yourself 20 in credit, all you have to do is guess the player on the auto. Get this title updated here. All right, guys, we have 3 teams left. We have the Astros, Angels, and A's. If anybody wants the Houston Astros, Los Angeles Angels, or Oakland A's, use the link in the chat. Copy and paste that code collectibles123. Use it at checkout to get your 10% off. Get your guesses in for the player on the last auto. We'll be right back with PYT 690. All right, here we go with our final break of the night. Grab the Astros, Angels, and A's. 24 packs, 8 cards per pack. 3 autos or mims. Combination of. There's a guess on the player on the last auto. Here's a empty pot. Good luck. John Hill Acuna. Nico Martinez. Cliff Lee. Chipper Jones. Michael Young. Don Mattingly. Carter Holton. Gil Gillen. Jim Rice. Jacob Wilson. Kumar Rocker. Ryan Braun. We have Sebastian Walcott. A $199 for the Rangers spot. Greg Mannix. Jesus Mate. Cole Young. Mike Mussina. Brett Campaneris. Sammy Sosa. Billy Martin. Mike Piazza. We got the Marvels. Diamond Marvel. Bobby Witt Jr. Out of 49 for the Royals. Enrique Bradfield. Gente. Spencer Agaretti. Cal Ripken. Gacy. Mike Mussina. Green Optic out of 149. Colin Hawk. Leo DeVries. Brady House. Susanna. Johnny Mize. Bucky Dent. Frank Thomas. Willie Stargell. Got Drew Gilbert. First auto. Colin Hawk there. Owen Hall. Kevin Culpepper. One of the Mets. That is out of 25. 2 out of 25 on that one. Right. All right. That is Connor Norby. Zebby Matthews. Tony Oliva. Clark. Don Mattingly. Paul Molitor. Noble Meyer. And we got Ethan Salas. Cody Mayo. Johnny Bench. Alex Rodriguez. Paul Skeens. Blake Burke out of 149. That is Billy Amick. Bryce Renier. Blake Burke. Will Wagner. Lou Gehrig. Jake Bloss. Jared Francona. Jim Palmer. That is Carson Benji. Ryan Walderschmidt. Ryan Sloan. Colt Keith, Hubert Arte, Jim Leland, Carlos Beltran, Cole Young, Jared Thomas, Loma Vita prospect, rated prospect Colson Montgomery. Top load that we have here. And we will be back on Tuesday, 9 p.m. Central. This is the last break of the night. You still have time to get your guesses in for the player on the last auto in this one. There's Greg Maddux, Aaron Judge, Bobby Miller. We got Mariano Rivera. How about another 1 of 1 tonight? Printing plate 1 of 1. Jake Peavy going to the Padres. So a 1 of 1 night. Take that. One printing plate. James Tibbs, Alcantara, and Slade Caldwell. So the Padres get a 1 of 1 in this one. Reggie Jackson, Roger Clemens, Kristen Walter, Jackson Churio, Ricky Henderson, Luis Angel Acuna, Kyle Teal, Kellen Lindsey. James Wood, Manny Ramirez, Eddie Matthews, Bobby Witt Jr. The 199, that is Chase Burns. How about a Noah Schultz auto? Under the White Sox. Tyson Neighbors, James Triantos, Justin Kerstead, Jake Peavy, Juan Marichal, Deion Sanders, Yadier Molina, James Tibbs, what a filler, Vance Honeycutt, Christian Campbell, next pack. Rhett Loader, Alex Gordon, Jim Palmer, Don Mattingly, Jesus Mate, Griff O'Farrell, Aiden Miller, Travis Pizzana, Jimmy Rollins, Jeff Bagwell, Yadier Molina, Ricky Henderson, Jeff Bagwell, Leo DeVries, Colin Hawk, Keyshaw, Mike Piazza, Michael Young, Jim Tomey, Nick Yorkie out of 250, Jet Williams. We got the night moves, Nick Kurtz. Nice hit there. And Montgomery, Noah Schultz. Brooks Lee, Buster Posey, Tony Perez, Junior Caminero, Jimmy Rollins, Cliff Lee, Dante Nori, Colt Emerson. 6 packs, 5 packs, 6 packs left, something like that. Mike Schmidt, Ken Griffey Jr., Randy Johnson, Albert Pujols, Dwight Gooden, Aaron Judge, Ethan Anderson, Hagen Smith, Prince Fielder, Ozzie Smith, Nolan Ryan, Greg Biggio, Buster Posey, Sargenti, there's another filler. There's David Shields, Bubba Chandler, Jordan Lawler, Catfish Hunter, John Smoltz, Jack Leiter, Darren Baker. Out of 149, we have Ivan Rodriguez, Cash Mayfield, Camp Smith, Adam Wainwright, Andrew Walters, Tim Hudson, David Ortiz, Mike Mussina, or Brooks Lee, sorry. Oh, where I got Mike Mussina at. Chase Dolander, Trey Savage, Bryce Matthews. Last 3 packs coming up. There's Willie Stargell, Darren Baker, Bobby Witt Jr., Jim Rice. That one's out of 149. Darla Cava, Jersey Kings, Charlie Condon. That one is not numbered. Matt Shaw and Thatcher Hurd. Dwight Gooden, Jake Arrieta, Chase Young, Ian Kinsler, Jim Tomei, James Wood, Hit List, Connor Griffin, Dustin Ramirez, our final pack of the break. Austin Wells, Evan Carter, Jim Cott, Pee Wee Reese, David Ortiz, Roger Clemens on the pink velocity out of 79, Bastion Walcott, and J.D. Dix to end it. Let's top load recap, and then we'll sign off for the night. Those are the last break of the night. We will be back on Tuesday. We got breaks listed for that on the future break schedule page. Make sure you guys check that out. Top load recap here. Thank everybody for hopping in, grabbing their spots. One more here to top load. There's several other cards in that stack we will top load that wasn't numbered, but we'll top load before we ship. Chase Burns out of 199. Field of Rees. That one was not numbered. Out of 250, we had Nick York, Mike Moves, and Nick Kurtz. Juan Rodriguez out of 149. Out of 149, Jim Rice. Jersey Kings, Charlie Condon. Carter Clemens was out of 79. Out of 199, Sebastian Walcott. Out of 49, Bobby Witt Jr. Mike Mussina out of 149. Colin Hawk of the Clearly. Blake Burke out of 149. Out of 101, Jake Peavy printing plate for San Diego. Colin Hawk auto out of 25, and Noah Schultz on the silver auto. Charlie Condon was the guest of the break. He was the last hit. All right, that does it for the breaks tonight. Again, we will be back Tuesday. You guys have a great rest of your week. We'll see you 9 p.m.